This week on WNA, your boys record late at night after barely watching any wrestling this week. Boy, this could be a great episode.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Intro.
Check your feelings at the door because your boys are back. Whether it's happening in the ring or on the screen, you know they've got something to say about it. Are you ready? He's Robb English. He's Clifford L. Johnson. They are WNA.
I'm Robb English.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
And we are WNA.
Hey.
Hey, Cliff.
What up, now?
What'd you think of wrestling this week?
I didn't think of wrestling this week. Not at all. Not one single minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm getting to that point, man.
I know. And what was funny is when you said that a week or two ago, I was like, "Oh, come on, man! There's stuff to keep you occupied." Ooh,
Yeah.
this week was rough, bruh.
Yeah, I saw a few things.
Rough.
I saw a few tweets, and I was just like, "Nope, I'm not even going to." Like, I was gonna go back because I always DVR it. It's always sitting on my DVR, and I'm like,
Right.
All right. One of these days or one of these nights, if it's late in the evening, I'll get through it and just kind of fast forward through it and try to at least catch a good match or something. But I saw some things that happened on the show, and I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna watch it. Just gonna let it.
I'm good. I'm good.
Just gonna let it marinate this week.
Yep.
So no wrestling for me.
Let's see. I watched Raw, and that was 3 hours of my life I'm never getting back. And after Raw was over, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna record SmackDown. I'll jump in late and I'll just skim through the show because there's really not much aside from Daniel Bryan versus Jeff Hardy to see who fights Samoa Joe next week that I care about.
Ooh.
I didn't care about Nakamura announcing his stipulation because I already knew what the stipulation was going to be. You know,
is it a cup on a pole match?
Is it a cup to the balls? No, it is
cup on the pole match.
No. Come on, this is not Vince Russo, bro.
Shit,
bro. You put it on a pole, bro. Put it on a pole, like bro. No, it's going to be last man standing. Which basically could mean that they could spend 20 minutes just Rochambeau. Just kick each other as hard as they can in the balls and see who gets up at the count of 10. Or before the count of 10.
They may just end up doing that.
What if that's the finish to that match? Just
somebody grabs the mic when they're going, "Do you give up?" And he goes, "Wait a minute. I'll Rochambeau you for it."
Just 3 to 5 minutes of repeated ball kicks back and forth.
That would be absolutely
Finally, AJ
terrible.
stays down because all the cumulative ball shots over the last month and a half get to him. After kick to the balls number 12. Shinsuke Kak Nakamura is your new WWE champion.
Kak Nakamura.
But what I would do though is next week you're getting Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe. Winner gets into Money in the Bank.
Ooh, why isn't
Last
that
man standing?
a pay-per-view
They
match?
beat the shit out of each other. I give the briefcase to Joe. He cashes in that fucking night.
Yeah.
And now
please do.
you have a 3-way feud. Joe, AJ, Nakamura.
Yeah,
hell, make it a 4-way. Throw D. Bryan in there. Let's just give all the fucking, fanboys a boner for, until SummerSlam.
That would at least pique my interest. Maybe I'd watch it again.
Yeah.
But I'm almost on like a 3-week burn here, buddy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. In a minute, this is going to be called the Nerds Alliance.
The
UNA.
What you watching, Nerds Alliance?
The meh.
I'm sure there are some people that refer to our show that way anyways.
Yeah, that's fine. To those I say, eat a whole bag.
Whole bag. So, Cliff, did you hear of any other news regarding the WWE?
I did. You want to talk about what kind of news? You want to talk about terrible news or awesome news?
Well, I think... Can I guess what terrible news you're thinking of?
Sure, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about all the pay-per-views being extended? That's terrible to me.
Extended to what? 4 hours?
All pay-per-views are at least 4 hours.
Well, there you go. I'm okay with that.
Starting with Money in the Bank.
I'm okay with that.
And they start
You may
at
not
7
like it.
Eastern.
That's including the pre-show? Or the pre-show starts at 6 now?
Pre-show starts at 6.
Oh.
And on big shows, pre-show starting at 5 because it's going to be a 2-hour pre-show.
I'm okay with that. You know why? Because I feel like because the brand split and because all the pay-per-views are dual branded now, that it's going to give other guys a little more time. I think that's where Backlash suffered, is that they actually didn't have enough matches because all the ones that were on there, it was just like they just threw them together and it was just like pieces of feuds and stuff that were already done that they were trying to rehash, but there was nothing new, nothing fresh on the card. So it was almost like, why watch it? So maybe if it's a little bit longer, maybe, they can throw an extra cruiserweight match in or throw an extra, something.
You're not getting a cruiserweight match.
You got to, man.
You're going to get R-Truth versus Ty Dillinger.
Man, fuck that.
No, what terrible news are you talking about?
Well, the only terrible news, well, I guess it wasn't news, but it was something I read from Raw on Monday.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, but first, let's build with the big news, right?
All right.
Vince McMahon just got broke off a whole lot of money.
Getting that check, bruh.
Yeah, they are currently negotiating their new TV deals. Their previous TV deals from 2014 are coming up in 2019. They were 5-year deals with NBC Universal, and that included Raw, SmackDown, and I believe like the, Total Divas, Total Bellas, whatever are kind of a part of that. They might be negotiated separately, but those deals are coming due. And we talked about it before. WWE hired the same company to negotiate these TV deals that the UFC used for their TV deal. And they were hoping to triple what they were making from their previous deal. And a lot of people scoffed at that because that's the same thing. That's the same thing that they were saying with the last TV deal. We're going to triple the money that we got, and they didn't. They added about $90 million onto their previous total, which is still nothing to sneeze at. But their total revenue from their previous TV deals, including domestic and international television, was about $200 million a year. Well, then word came out that NBC Universal said, you know what? We want to still keep Raw, and we're going to go negotiate with you to do so. But we're fine with letting SmackDown go. So WWE said, sure. We'll then shop SmackDown around. And there was rumors that Fox wanted WWE programming. Now, I don't know if this is for Fox Network or if this is for like Fox Sports or FX or whatever, but they wanted WWE programming. So they said, well, hey, we'll take SmackDown. And boy, did they.
Boy, did they take it.
To the tune of $1 billion.
Jeez.
Over 5 years. So that means that for SmackDown alone, WWE is making per year their total TV revenue from their previous one, including US and international. They're just making off of US alone.
That's crazy. Inflation is a
for
mother
one show. For one show.
Right. And there's no telling
Raw,
what's going to get for Raw now.
I would start at what SmackDown got. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, well, nah, this is the B show.
Right.
The B show just got $1 billion.
Maybe they'll turn SmackDown into the A show with all that money.
I mean, if they don't get a good deal for Raw, they kind of have to, don't they?
Hell yeah.
Because there's the potential with Fox to not only do Fox Sports, so imagine that, like, you know, they have SmackDown specials on Fox Network.
Mm-hmm.
I tweeted out, oh, yay, that means that we're going to get Joe Buck during NFL and Major League Baseball, you know, plugging WWE stuff. That sounds amazing.
That's going to be awesome.
Hearing Joe Buck's annoying ass talk about Roman Reigns.
That's going to be hysterical, actually.
Troy Aikman trying to fill in. Oh, yeah, I watched that the other day, Joe. No, you didn't, Troy. Shut the fuck up.
Well, I have a question about that. So, I remember back when SmackDown was on Sci-Fi and Raw was on USA, you know, it was still, USA and Sci-Fi were still, I believe, under the same umbrella. So it was easy to, you know, cross-promote them and stuff like that. If Raw is on NBC, USA, or whatever they put it on, and SmackDown is on Fox, what's the cross-branding going to look like when it comes to talking about stuff that was on Fox and stuff that was on NBC?
Well, that's going to be somewhat intriguing because, you know, Fox is not going to say, tune into Raw Monday. I mean, who knows? They might. That might be part of the contract. But, you know, like during an NFL game, they're not going to say, tune into Raw on Monday night, you know, and SmackDown Friday night, because that's supposedly what's happening.
Right.
SmackDown is moving to Fridays, and it's going to be live.
Ooh.
So that throws out the existing WWE television schedule and touring that's been in place for years.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about that.
Always worked out to where The workers, you know, say on a non-pay-per-view week, they did their house shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then if they were on Raw, they performed Monday, and then they flew home.
Right.
If they were on SmackDown, they would do a house show. They would start their tour Saturday,
Right.
go Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
do TV
perform Tuesday,
go
fly
home
home
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Exactly. So now you're going to literally have to where, what, is everybody going to be on the same touring schedule? And everybody starts Friday?
Well, shit, looks like it.
But then you now have
so maybe
the SmackDown
they'll
crew.
push it into a day where it says instead of having the house shows on, you know, instead of having house shows on Thursday, they'll have SmackDown house shows on
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
And then Raw is house show Friday, Saturday, Sunday, TV Monday. It's just kind of flipped.
Yeah.
But on those pay-per-view days, everybody's in town on Sundays.
Right.
So, I mean, that's going to be crazy.
Yeah, however they do it is going to be nuts. The SmackDown crew is probably going to be pretty pissed because it's definitely going to be some SmackDown guys that are going to have to do Raw and then end up having to jump back. Like, yeah, it's going to be crazy. Because think about you're going to be on a circuit on Friday. You know, it was usually cool because SmackDown was usually pretty close to where Raw was the day before.
Right.
But now it's like, let's say they're at, you know, Joe Louis or whatever, not Joe Louis now, but Little Caesars on Monday for Raw, then SmackDown would probably be in Flint or Grand Rapids or something on Tuesday.
Well,
now
I think
they're
it'll
going to
flip.
be split throughout the day.
I think it'll flip to where now they go into the town on Friday. You know, like, so if, you know, instead of Raw being at Little Caesars Arena on Monday, maybe it's SmackDown there on Friday, and then Raw's in Grand Rapids on Monday.
They're not going to do that to Raw.
I don't think it's going to be that exact way, but I'm just saying, like, they might be, you know, like you said, it's usually a close distance.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but I'm saying, but if that's the case, though, it used to be the next day. Now you have a 2-day waiting period. So it's like, you know, if you're doing house shows, you know, what if there's a house show 2 hours south and then another house show the next day 4 hours south, and then you got to travel back up 6 to 8 hours to get back to the town you were on Friday.
Right.
That would just
to SmackDown perform in Detroit and then go towards like Cleveland and Cincinnati area.
Yeah.
But then Raw stays behind and goes through Battle Creek and Saginaw before they hit Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
And then go home. You know, like maybe they are going to be completely separate, not in the same area all the time.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be testy. Pause.
Now, what do you do for SmackDown? This is not starting until the fall of next year, 2019. But if recent TV is any indicator of what Fox just bought into, Fox just got took. Because let's talk about your shithole segment of the week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh. Let's talk about Monday's segment between Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley, and I'm using air quotes right now, kids, Bobby Lashley's sisters. What pile of shit was this?
I am so glad that I did not watch this.
I'm glad you didn't watch it either because you're already on the edge. This would have put you over it.
Yeah, if I would have seen it live, it would have been one of those like, oh, are you kidding me? Yeah. Luckily, I just saw a tweet and saw something in one of my YouTube subscriptions. And I was like, oh, really? I didn't actually watch this segment. I just saw like photos of it and got somebody else's opinion on it.
Yeah, it put me over the edge to the point to where not only did I not really watch SmackDown, but I almost didn't want to record this week.
Jeez.
Cliff, let me paint the picture if I could. WWE for almost an entire week was hyping this segment. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They then brought in 3 independent workers. And hey, I'm not mad at them. Get you some money.
Right.
Get you on TV. But they brought in 3 independent workers who came in dressed up as women. And each of them had a prop based off of what Bobby Lashley talked about in his interview from the week before. One had a broom. One had a military helmet. And one had a nasty, dirty-ass towel. They then talked about said props in a segment that felt like it lasted 3.5 hours. With Sammy doing his best to turn chicken shit into chicken salad. But it did not work. The entire time I'm begging the crowd to chant boring, chant this is stupid, chant change the channel. But Cliff, this crowd let me down.
Really?
It was so bad they sat in just stunned silence. You could have heard a mouse fart in the 3rd level.
Wow.
It was just dead.
Now, would you compare that to the Shelton Benjamin's mama?
Shelton Benjamin's mama was at least funny at times because they hired an actual comedian.
Yeah, Thea Vidal's hysterical. Yeah.
Okay. To play the part of Shelton's mama.
Right.
This was 3 indie guys who were not strong on the microphone. I'd say okay at best for like one of them. The others, it was hurting me to watch this. And then out comes Bobby Lashley. So at that point, I knew the segment was only going to get worse. Because Bobby had a mic.
Uh-oh. No, Sammy.
And Bobby's cutting what could...
You think you're funny, but...
Go ahead. Oh, my God.
I didn't hear what he said, but I can only imagine. Lashley. You think you're funny, but...
Sammy! Thank you. Thank you. This is really funny, Sammy. Oh, wow. You did a really good job, Sam. You did a really good job, Sammy.
No, I'm going to destroy you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It was so bad. It was
we should
so
have
bad.
A Bobby Lashley meets AJ Styles segment.
Oh God. Oh my God, Cliff. It was so bad.
Wow. Well, hey.
So if
you live and you learn, right?
If this is the kind of writing they're going to be bringing to Fox, holy shit!
Yeah,
WWE
maybe you'll
needs
get the
to
Simpsons
use that
writers
$1
on the
billion.
show now.
Oh God!
Wouldn't that be cool?
Come
Maybe
on,
they
now.
bring in some Simpsons and some Family Guy writers.
No, because I want something.
If it goes
funny.
on Fox, you think it still has to be PG?
Yes, it does.
Why?
Because that's WWE's guideline. It has nothing to do with Fox. WWE wants PG because they get more advertising revenue and they get the opportunity to be on Fox.
That's whack.
They were pulling in bigger ratings when they were TV 14, but nobody wanted to touch them. And the best advertising they could get was Stridex.
Yeah.
Or Stacker 2. You remember Stacker 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't want Family Guy or Simpsons writers because I want something funny.
First of all, I haven't watched The Simpsons in a long time, so I don't know about that. But Family Guy is still hilarious. For the record.
Is it?
Hey. Don't give me no awkward silence, you son of a bee. You know it's come through this phone and stab you in your thorax.
No, it's not.
Whatevs.
And I know right now, good friend of ours, Bruce, is listening to this, and he just shit his pants when I said that The Simpsons were not funny.
Because you're a hater.
I'm pretty sure the Wretched Wrestling guys also are angry at me right now. But I don't care. Unpopular opinion or not, that's my unpopular opinion. I don't think The Simpsons are funny.
Speaking of unpopular opinion, I don't know if you saw the message from earlier from our good friend Dango about what they did to the Thundercats. They ruined our childhood.
Oh, yes.
So, for those that don't know,
I saw that.
Cartoon Network is doing a new, updated, very, very child-friendly version of the Thundercats. And it's very reminiscent of like the Teen Titans Go franchise, which is super bubbly and very, immature kind of, very, very kiddie farty humor. Which
I like Teen Titans Go.
I was going to say, if you ever actually watched an episode of Teen Titans Go, you'd probably laugh your ass off. But it was different from the original Teen Titans show, which was also still kind of, it was still kind of childlike, but it had a little more edginess to it. And it was a little more adult themed. But the new Teen Titans Go it still has like, it'll give you some subtle, like, double entendres or innuendos type stuff. But for the most part, it was still a very, very, very kid-friendly show. So anyway, they're doing that same thing with Thundercats. So it went from, seeing these big, strong, human-looking cats that look like they've been taking steroids to now they're like the little circle, puffy, cutesy animation or whatever. And so not just my boy, I read a bunch of these comments in the Culture Junkies and a bunch of websites that I subscribe to or Facebook groups that I'm in. I keep seeing people talking about how, oh my God, they're ruining Thundercats and they're killing my childhood and they're doing it. I'm just like, dude, you are 40. You are 47 years old.
Right.
Why do you give any two shits about a new cartoon that they're rebooting from the 80s. Like, why?
Bro,
Why does
I
it
am
matter
lockstep
so
with
much?
you on that. I fucking hate it when people pull that shit. Because guess what? Your Thundercats still exist.
Right. Just
People
go watch that.
Oh, what is Michael Bay doing to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Oh my God, he's raping our childhood. No, he's not. Your show is still out there, and if you want to watch it, go fucking watch it.
Right.
And guess what? I've not watched any of the new Ninja Turtle shit. Why? Because it didn't interest me. But I didn't lose my fucking mind when it came out. Because guess what? If I wanted to show what I liked about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to my daughter, you know what she's going to do? This is boring.
This is stupid, Daddy. I don't like it.
So if I whipped out some Thundercats on her, I doubt she'd like it as much as what they are doing now to pull in a younger audience. It doesn't matter. Shit is not that deep.
And here we are.
And yes, I saw that comment.
Who have a wrestling podcast.
From our
Why can't it just go back to being TV-14, bro? Or TVMA?
I didn't say that. You did.
No, I know.
Look.
That's our hypocrisy number 1,326.
Yeah, I saw that message from our mutual friend, Mr. Dango. And I wanted to respond that way. But I said, what's the point? It doesn't matter. I'm not changing his opinion, and he's not changing mine. Let it go.
Oh, for sure.
It'd be great if more people could do that nowadays, but they can't.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
No, they can't. It's not possible.
Yes, your opinion differs from mine. It's okay. We're allowed to have differing opinions.
No, it's like, fuck you. Let's fight.
I'm not stupid because I think that way, and neither are you.
No, you're stupid.
No, you know what? Okay. This brings up a great idea. Next week, we're going to do a topic. We'll do unpopular opinions. We talked about it earlier. Let's do it. Unpopular opinion. If there is something in wrestling, if there is something in television or movies or music or whatever that everybody seems to universally love or hate, but you don't feel the same way, send it to us. Tell us what you think it is. Tell us your opinion, and we'll talk about it on the show. And we will try to see your point of view as unpopular as it may be.
And we know there's some very unpopular ones out there.
Oh, yes.
So don't be shy. Tweet us. Hit us up. Slide in them DMs.
Okay, I'll give you a taste of it, okay? I got one. Unpopular opinion. I don't want CM Punk to come back to WWE ever.
What?
I don't. I do not want him to come back.
How dare you, sir?
Because it will not be the same. It will not be new. He will not save the company. Because guess what? The same fucking people that wrote Bobby Lashley's Sisters are still going to be there when CM Punk comes back.
True.
The same septuagenarian who just got broke off $1 billion is still in charge of the company. And guess what? He doesn't like CM Punk.
I just thought of something.
What?
What if that also includes the XFL in that Fox deal?
No thanks. No thanks. So there you go. Unpopular opinion. I do not want CM Punk to come back. Cliff, can you see my point of view, or do you think I'm crazy?
Well, first of all, I think you're crazy. Because I would absolutely love to see CM Punk back in a WWE ring. I think he is underutilized in the UFC because he can't. I mean, he's not a fighter.
He can't fight. Yeah,
I thought
that's what you were going to say.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not, that's not an unpopular opinion. That's just true. I'm sure if I wouldn't want to see him in an alley anywhere. He's been wrestling for, 20 years, and I'm sure that he has, the training, some minimal martial arts and jiu-jitsu training and all that. But when it comes to guys who have been, doing karate tournaments and jiu-jitsu tournaments and traveling the world, really fighting people for 10, 15 years, it's just not going to work out for you, Punk. So why see my hero go to UFC to get his ass kicked when he could be entertaining me in fake fighting, which he's really good at? So I would prefer to see him back there, and who knows who's going to write for him, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll have some bullshit segment. But, I thought Punk was booked pretty good towards the end of his career, even though that whole him dropping the title to Rock bullshit. But beyond that, they let him come out. They let him say whatever he wanted to say. And I was happy with it. So I would prefer to have him back on my TV than to see this ridiculous Lashley, these are your sisters segment. But, it's unpopular. I get it. It is what it is.
I understand everything you're saying, but I will point to the same argument we just used for the people that this is raping my childhood shit. Mm-hmm. CM Punk, great. But if you want to see great, that shit's already out there. You can't recreate it. And you're definitely not going to recreate it with the geniuses that are at the helm right now.
True.
Okay? There is only so much leeway they are even going to give him if he was to come back. And I know that word is right now that the lawsuit that's going on between WWE's Dr. Amen, and CM Punk and Colt Cabana is supposedly they're working through a settlement right now. Mm-hmm. That got a lot of people going, oh, could it happen? No, I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to settle it and they're going to go on about their merry way.
Yeah.
I am sure WWE would love to have him back.
Hell yeah.
And wouldn't it make sense to announce about a month out before SmackDown debuts on, say, Fox Network that CM Punk returns on the debut episode of SmackDown on Fox?
That would be amazing. And I bet you any amount of money that that's probably going to happen.
I don't think it'll happen.
Bet.
I don't.
Mark our words.
I think if you want to see CM Punk in a wrestling ring again, you might want to go to the All In event in September.
Yeah, we're going to make that happen for sure.
You have a better chance of CM Punk going to something like that, I think, than you do a WWE ring. And why? What has CM Punk been all about his entire life? The punk rock, do-it-yourself way of life.
Straight edge.
Right? what is more punk rock do-it-yourself than a group of wrestlers that say, we don't need a company. We're going to do our own shit. And we're going to sell out a 10,000-seat arena.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense either to announce ahead of time that, say, maybe a Cody Rhodes who wins the NWA title says, hey, we're going to do All In #2 and I'm going to defend this belt against this guy. And out comes CM Punk to Cult of Personality. Fuck 10,000 seats. You're probably selling out a 40,000 seat arena with that one.
True.
And all that money goes to who? The boys promoting it and wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real. It will be.
Do you think he wants to go back to a corporate way of life when he could just do something like that?
Probably not.
And wouldn't you think that there's a better chance that he could work, say, for an NWA or a Billy Corgan, who is really going to just be like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want.
Right, do whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Just go out there and make me some money.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's not coming back, guys. And if he does, it's going to be shit. It'll be cool. It'll be cool for like a month, maybe 2. But then the shit will be right back in your face. About 3 months in, you're going to look at me and you're going to have that look on your face like somebody just farted near you and you can't tell who. And I'm going to go, yeah, it's the CM Punk shit. That's what you're smelling.
What? You're ruining my childhood. Shut your mouth.
So
speaking of CM
shit,
Punk,
there you go.
In UFC.
Uh-huh.
And since we were talking about that crazy deal that may be in place for Fox and WWE, UFC also announced a $1.5 billion over 5-year deal with ESPN.
That's right.
So all of UFC content in the US will be, starting next year, is going to be on ESPN, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So all of the fight nights and the what is it? The well, not Ultimate Fighter, but I don't know if they're still doing that. But the they are still doing Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, but I think it's on like Fox Sports 1 or
FS1,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have all of the undercard fights that usually come on for the pay-per-views. Those will now be on ESPN, which, I mean, Fox Sports is doing really well. But ESPN, for some reason, it just has, it's almost like WWE. Like when it comes to wrestling, you think about WWE. When it comes to sports, you think about ESPN. I don't think I've watched Fox Sports in years.
Right.
But Sports Center is always on. You know, First Take. You know, I think it wasn't Skip Bayless. Was it Skip Bayless who went over to Fox Sports? Somebody went over to Fox Sports, and I was like, meh. All right. He's got that show with Shannon Sharp that I'll catch a clip of it online, but
I can't.
Hearing Shannon Sharp speak for more than 8 minutes makes my brain explode.
Sounds like Bobby Lashley's grandpa.
But yeah, I haven't actually physically tuned in to this Fox Sports or the FS1 channel in probably 5-6 years. It's like ESPN or bust. I would tune into TNT when I'm watching the playoffs, but that's about it. But yeah, that's a pretty monumental deal, and you know, shouts out to Dana White for continuing to grow the UFC and MMA to a legitimate sport. It's not just you know,
I mean,
tapes.
I loved MMA and UFC back in the day. Like when even before like Ultimate Fighter and stuff like that was coming around, like I would get Pride and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
pay-per-views, and I would catch the occasional UFC pay-per-view. But, when it hit its boom, I was super in, right? Like most people were. How many times at the frat house were we watching, we saw that debut Big Show fight for John Jones, and he came out to that fucking song, and we were all making fun of him until he hauled off and whipped that dude's ass.
The
and
crap
we were like,
out of it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were heavy in the MMA, man. UFC was like, I think we were getting every pay-per-view that existed at that time.
Between MMA and WWE, it was always always on.
And do you know why? Do you know why we did that? Or why we were able to do that?
People would pay.
People would pay, but also there was a glitch in our cable box.
Yeah?
Yeah. We didn't know this for the longest time, but we would order pay-per-views, and it would go through and it would order it on our end, but for some crazy reason, it didn't get sent back to our bill.
So wait.
So we were getting pay-per-views for free
and take in money.
But we didn't know, we didn't realize it. Because we were just, we just split up the money and pay the cable bill.
Right.
And then one day we were like, dude, why isn't the cable? Because of course it consistently stayed the same. So we're like, did we pay for that pay-per-view already? I mean, and we'd have 3 or 4 pay-per-views on there.
Yeah. So you got to think like a WWE pay-per-view was like $50.
Yeah, that was 50, 60 in HD. UFC
was 70, 80.
Yeah. Then maybe a boxing if that popped up.
Which, if that was Mayweather, it was over 100.
It was 100, yeah. And so we would be looking at the bill, and I don't remember. I think the bill may have came in my name. I think, it was in my name. So they would just give me the money, and I would just pay it. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm looking at the actual bill, and I'm like, there's no charge for the pay-per-view.
Okay.
All right. Cool. But, so after that, after a couple of months of that, figuring it out, and then, of course, we still charged everybody, but that was for the, that was just the watching fee.
So.
And the hanging out and, you could possibly get laid fee.
Yeah.
Because it was frat house, somebody was going to show up. Somebody was going to be there. So
equal opportunity.
Yeah. You had a shot. It's like going into the bar. It was a shot.
There wasn't a lot of options, but there were options.
Survival of the fittest, bro. You had to get in where you fit in. You was timid, didn't know how to talk, and your ass sat in the corner.
That's funny.
Learned you something today, huh?
There were options. They weren't always solid options, but they were options.
But they were options, boy, I tell you. There were plenty of options. So
kids, if you don't know what we're talking about sexual intercourse. When you take your penis and you put it into the vagina repeatedly over and over again.
Oh, man. Ridiculous.
Oh,
Those
man.
were the days.
Yeah. So we're coming up on an anniversary.
That we are.
Technically, we've already had our 1 year anniversary. But because I'm one of those people that looks at it and goes, hey, we missed a couple shows over the year. So we should go by how many weeks we're a weekly show. 52 would be our 1 year anniversary.
True.
So we got some ideas for some things we plan to do that episode. Hopefully have some friends, podcast friends, whatnot on the show with us. Maybe not the whole show. It's not about you guys, goddammit. And when I say you guys, I mean our other podcast friends. But we'd love to have some people pop on and fuck around for a little bit and then get the fuck off. We got shit to do. Keep them moving.
Right.
Likely it would be having Mr. Richardson back on. Believe it or not, I did speak to Ed.
What?
Yes, he is living, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hoping we can get him on the show, but if we can't, whatever. But if you have any ideas or anything like that you think we should do on our 1 year anniversary show, episode 52, shoot them our way. Also, as we said, if you have any unpopular opinions you'd like to share, doesn't just have to be about wrestling. You know, if there's a movie, if there's a song, an artist, a TV show, a comic book, cartoon, whatever, that you feel differently than it seems everybody else, please send it our way. Slide up in them DM, shoot an email to WNApodcast@gmail.com, or just tweet at us, or find us on Facebook and message us there. Because we'd like to talk about that next week, because, man, the state of weekly television in WWE right now makes it hard to talk about.
Man, I'm seriously thinking about trying to figure out another way, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much longer I can do it. It's just so bad.
Watch old shit on the network.
Yeah, we might just have to just try to something to wrestle this thing.
Yeah. pick a show and watch it and talk about it. Go that route. Or maybe we can do for a couple of weeks we can do a quote, does it hold up? And watch like an old show or something like that got a lot of acclaim, and see if maybe we think it's still as good as we once thought it was.
Ooh, I like that.
You know, because you often, as we talked about, and people talking about things raping their childhood, you often romanticize things in the past. You know, nostalgia is always, you know, you tend to look back a little bit more fondly than it is when you watch it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, God, I was growing up, I loved the show Perfect Strangers. Balky was my shit.
Balky was everybody's shit.
But I watched another episode or two recently, and now I watch it and I go, what the fuck was I thinking?
You know what? I haven't watched an episode of Stranger... I was about to say Stranger Things. I haven't seen that show in a long time. But now I feel like I need to go back and watch it.
See? And then you'll be able to tell me if you think it holds up.
All right.
Like, okay.
Let's do that.
G.I. Joe the movie. The animated movie.
Oh, that still holds up. I watched that a couple
fucking
years
dope.
ago.
But I haven't seen it in ages. And I'm worried that if I
watched
rewatch
as an adult, no, it holds up for sure.
Fucking He-Man back in the day. Masters of the Universe.
That does not.
Bro, that was like my everything when I was a kid. I saw an episode or two recently and I was like, this is the worst shit ever.
Yeah. No, He-Man doesn't hold up at all.
So maybe we'll do that. We'll pick a show that like we saw when we were younger or from the Attitude Era or something like that, and we can I remember that being dope. And watch it now and see if it still holds up.
I like it.
You like it?
A lot.
Maybe we'll do that for a couple of weeks while we get through the doldrums of the summer WWE offerings, because they never seem to want to do shit until SummerSlam. Even Money in the Bank this year, I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah, until I see Joe Daniel Bryan, I'm definitely gonna watch SmackDown next week for that shit.
Yeah.
Like the fanboy in me will not allow me not to. But that's about
I agree.
it.
I will watch that next week. I absolutely will. And I hope that it holds up. I hope that it lives up to my expectations, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
Yeah, it's gonna say it probably won't.
Because I remember thinking that AJ Nakamura at WrestleMania was going to be the greatest thing ever. And it wasn't.
You know what I will say, though? I think that Joe has been able to translate better to the main roster than Nakamura has. And I don't know why.
Oh, I can tell you why.
But Joe doesn't seem like he has been tamed at all. Like Nakamura, even NXT's version of Nakamura. Like if you take that first match that he had with Sami Zayn at TakeOver, that match was absolutely incredible.
Because he was still New Japan Nakamura.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they let him be him. He was still him.
His entrance, the way he worked the match, everything.
Yeah. And, as soon as he got to the main roster, as soon as I saw the difference in his Titantron colors, I was like, something's different.
Yep.
It's like, why is it yellow now? I don't know why, but it was something that just made it like, okay, they've done something different to him. And now that, they start calling him the rock star and all that bullshit, and you're just like, okay, now they're making him a caricature.
The combat artist.
I mean? Yeah, it's just like, oh, God. Just call him the King of Strong Style and call it a day. That's what he is.
No one knows what strong style is, pal.
Except for the 30,000 people that go, King of Strong Style. Clap,
God
clap,
damn,
clap, clap,
because
clap.
we taught him to do that, pal.
But what you're saying, why do you think Joe has translated better?
Because of literally what you said. When he was brought up, they tweaked him just a little bit to where it took a lot of the aura out of him.
Yeah.
I mean, even when he had his run in NXT, they were tweaking just a little, but it still worked. And I think the reason why it still worked is because it was still limited. It wasn't in your face every week.
Yeah.
Okay. 2, the competition he had Finn, he had Joe.
Yeah.
And then he comes up to the main roster and, he's given fucking promos and
yeah.
now we're going to tweak up your entrance a little bit. We're going to, take away the look that you have, and we're going to give you Michael Jackson Beat It jackets that, like we stitched together and fucking, I don't know. Whereas Joe came up, and he came up the same way he left NXT.
Yeah.
As a heel.
Beating ass.
Same thing with Bobby Roode to me. Bobby Roode should have came up as Bobby Roode.
As Bobby Roode, yeah.
But no, he comes up as happy, dancing, Rick Rude, hip swivel, overly animated. Now I'm a catchphrase. It doesn't work for me. I don't give a shit about Bobby Roode.
Yeah, I really can't believe that they did that still. But hey, they're ruining my childhood, so.
Yeah. What if
Oh, I need that shirt.
Hulk Hogan comes back to WWE.
Uh-huh.
And
calls me the N-word?
Yeah. Has he raped your childhood?
Yes, he has.
All right, I'll give you that one.
You know who's also raped my childhood?
Who?
Bill Cosby.
Oh. Well, Bill Cosby's also raped a few things aside from your childhood. But God damn it, Leonard Part 6 is still a national treasure.
You're damn right it is.
Fight fucking me if you think otherwise.
Fucking Ghost Dad, bro.
Oh, fuck Ghost Dad. It's all about Leonard.
Ghost Dad was the shit.
It's all about Leonard Part 6.
Yeah, whatever. Ghost Dad, bro.
Ghost Dad. Boy, do you think Hannibal Buress feels a little guilty?
Fuck no. Hannibal Buress is eating.
Because he brought about the downfall of Bill Cosby.
Fuck yeah. I mean, Bill Cosby brought about the downfall of Bill Cosby.
Well, yeah.
But Hannibal Buress, if there was an ember, it would have been him.
Yeah.
An ember on the flame that would have, reignited it. He definitely re-sparked the whole shit.
I just think it's awesome that, like, people that saw that show, when he made that Bill Cosby, you rape women joke. And those young folk in the crowd were like, what was he talking about?
What?
And then they start digging on Google and they're like, what the fuck? And then it just starts getting out there like, oh, how did this get swept under the rug? Because it was a different time.
Yeah. Yeah, I still have mixed reviews on it. I'm fairly sure that all those women couldn't be telling a lie.
Right. Well,
but I'm pretty sure some of them were just like, hey, I want to be on the Cosby Show.
I mean, if anything, he fucking did himself in. Mm-hmm. In interviews in the past when he talked about it. And then on the fucking, stand, he talked about, I don't know, what was the stand now? It's late, guys.
Definitely. He said it in depositions before about parties and giving girls drinks and stuff like that. And it wasn't like yeah, I took it, but it was more like, well, she didn't say yes, she didn't say no, that type of shit.
So play ball.
Yeah. And it's just like, no,
Bill.
Bruh. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works, buddy.
I did think it was interesting that Mr. Cosby, who, always got irritated about people cursing on stage.
Right, with the filth.
Fucking blew up in court when they were like, he might get on a private plane. He doesn't have a private plane, asshole. Like, Bill, settle down.
Settle down.
Have a pudding pop. My God.
Oh, man. They're just attacking the black man, that's all. Because he was going to buy NBC, damn it.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It's all a ploy from the Illuminati.
Yep. By the way, we were contacted to join the Illuminati. Did you know about that?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Somebody slid up in our DMs and offered us a chance to join the Illuminati.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you join?
No.
Why?
Because I believe in that shit. I got a baby. I don't need to give up my firstborn to be a part of your rich folk cult.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Because what the world needs is Robb English in the Illuminati.
Oh, wouldn't it be great though?
I'd abuse the fuck out of that. And I wouldn't even do it on big shit. You know? I'd pull Illuminati strings to, get that table by the window at that nice restaurant.
Right. Like, I want the McRib back.
Go to Taco Bell and be like, I think you need to bring back the chili cheese burrito. Well, we don't make chili cheese burritos anymore. I think you do.
I think you do.
Just throw up the diamond,
Oh, shit, that'd be hysterical.
You into
fucking Illuminati.
Into Jay-Z? Wow. No, I'm in the Illuminati. Can't you tell?
I get cuts in line at the movie theater.
That's right.
I don't have to wait till open at night to see anything.
That's right. I'd be like, so Infinity War Part 2 doesn't come out until June or May of next year, huh? I want to see it in December.
I want to see it right now.
I don't think we can do that. Oh. I think you can.
I think you can. I love it.
It's The Rock.
Oh, Jesus.
What's that? Oh. You want CM Punk to come back to WWE? I don't. Well, he's settling with WWE. He's getting ready to sign a contract. Oh, I don't think he will.
I don't think so.
Put that pen down. Philip. Put that pen down.
I can't. I was gonna say that's about enough on that segment.
It was going
Candyman.
So well.
I was gonna say, Candyman, you say that shit in the mirror 3 times, you don't know what the fuck will happen.
It is true. I am sitting in the basements here at WNA Studios.
Yeah.
I keep saying it, and all of a sudden, somebody's gonna tap on the window behind me.
It's gonna be Beyonce.
She's gonna throw the hands up. Come around the corner. Damn it.
Terrible.
Rest of Destiny's Child at the top of the steps. Doing the throat slash.
The comments made on today's show of WNA does not reflect Clifford L. Johnson.
I ain't scared of shit.
Please send all hate mail and DM slides to @thatRobbGuy. Robb with 2 B's.
Speaking of which, if you'd like to follow us on Twitter, you can do so at WNA Podcast. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at that Rob guy. That's Rob with 2 B's. If you'd like to follow Cliff on Twitter, you can do so at
Cliff does it all.
buy
Because I do's it all.
our t-shirt.
Yes, buy our t-shirt at shop.spreadshirt.com/stay red with 2 D's, REDD. It's double the D.
That's right. Find us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. And if you don't, the Illuminati's coming for you. Because we're on the inside track now.
Boom. Better respond to that DM, bruh.
That's right. But I'm looking at the time and I realize it's time to go home.
Well, I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
And I'm Rob English saying to you, when life hands you adversity, oh no. I don't think you'll be kicking out. At 2. Illuminati.
Sweet.
Illuminati.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
No. I'm not ridiculous. Not at all. Illuminati.
Goodbye, everybody.